So today I'm going to be working on this 99 F250. This thing has about 328,000 miles on it, has the 7.3 diesel in it with the 4R100 transmission. This truck here is actually one of my personal trucks. I use it for work and I use it for pleasure. So I'm kind of in that spot where I want to replace it because I have a lot of little things I need to do to it. But I mean, come on. This truck may not look pretty, but for over 300,000 miles, it's still ticking. You can only thank one thing. Replacing the glow plugs on this truck. They're not really that difficult. It took us probably, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half to do the whole job. 2 hours at max. I have a really good friend that's going to be doing the same thing to his vehicle. That one's going to be harder and I think more enjoyable to watch. So hopefully he's going to record it and he can upload it, and maybe I might be helping him on it. So that'll be pretty cool. But this truck here, what I'm going to show today is how to change the transmission filter in the transmission. Now, like I said, the truck has almost 330,000 miles on it. This transmission has acted up for probably the past 25,000 miles. So, I have a truck that's 21 years old, a lot of mileage on it. Do I want to pay $3,000 for a new transmission? Or do I want to do it myself and pay $1,100 in parts plus my time? I don't know. So I just spent $100, bought a filter, some fluid. I'm going to do a partial change on it. I'm going to see if that helps it any. The people I've talked with have said that sometimes these are known for the filter to drop down into the pan, and when it does that, it sucks air up. It's kind of like when you're drinking out of a straw that has a split in the side of it. You're still getting liquid into your mouth, but you have to suck a little harder. So
it certainly does suck.
First thing we got to do is get this thing up on the lift and get up underneath it. So, as you can see here, we're going to take the pan off, and all we're going to do is take these bolts going all the way around this pan and get that off. And it looks like we got the rear main's probably leaking on the motor, but But this thing has over 300,000 miles on it. I don't think I'm going to spend a dime on it and fix that. Now, if I have to pull the transmission, then yeah, I'll go ahead and fix it. But what we're trying to do is avoid that. Oh, fucker. Ah! Now, some things to look for is, you know, smell. You want to smell it, see if it smells burnt, which it doesn't. And when the fluid starts looking like oil, then that's when you know it's long overdue from being changed. I didn't buy enough to change the fluid on this entire truck. So, like I said, I'm probably just going to do a partial clean on this. But these have... Alright, so as you can see, it's a nice brown consistency here. Let me make sure I'm draining the transmission and not the oil. Yep. So, definitely dark. Hopefully that was most of my problem. If we wanted to do a full fluid change on this transmission, we would take this inspection cover off here, and we would actually pull the plug to drain the... We would actually pull the plug to drain the torque converter out, which holds pretty much the other half of the fluid that's in the transmission. I don't remember how many quarts this transmission takes. But I think it's somewhere, I think this transmission holds around 16 quarts of transmission fluid. So it holds a lot of fluid. All right, let's go ahead and get the impact gun for these, and we'll get this all taken off, and we'll let this go ahead and drain its last little bit. That hole right there is where the filter is supposed to go, and you can see the O-ring still up in there. Here's my filter. So that's what happened, was the filter dropped, and it wasn't able, this is the filter here, and it wasn't able to suck the fluid up like it's supposed to. The other bad part is that means the filter wasn't really doing its job. So, I don't know. Hopefully this temporarily will fix this and allow me to get some more mileage out of this transmission. As you can see right here, this is a magnet, and it catches all the metal shavings. It looks like we have some in here, but for as many miles as on this, and who knows how long it's been since it's ever been changed, that may not be that bad of a indication, you know. I mean, that there is a lot of shavings there, but nothing to really jump out at me. I'm not seeing huge chunks. But you do want to get it wiped off, because something you want to remember is when that thing's full, there's nowhere else for the shavings to go except in your transmission, or through your transmission.
Fine,
All right, see you guys later.